Well, good evening or good afternoon or good morning, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. I'm John Burgos, and I get to introduce you to yet another amazing guest on this show that we've curated for the times, for not only the field that we're in, but how to tune into creating what's coming. And how do we do that? And to bring perspective that may seem that it's elusive or esoteric or uh, not in alignment with the common vernacular, the common verbiage that's out there, and to bring it home. Because a part of you, or a big part of you, may already know, can feel it, but may not be able to articulate it, can sense a shift, can sense something growing within and something dismantling within, but can't find quite the energetics to make it make sense to the mind and to the body, so that you can move forward with tools and awareness and perspective on how really to create the best life possible. And so we get to do that here on the show each and every day. And someone who's just so beautiful and on the cutting edge of what's available and who lives by example is today's guest, Susan Taylor Scheer. And we're going to go into a beautiful conversation with Susan today, going deep and into the topic of the soul of manifestation, your quantum connection to abundance and divine guidance. And this is going to be more than a conversation, it's going to be an experience. So I hope that you take the time, sit back, enjoy today's call. We'll get into live Q&A a little bit later on the call, but we're going to open up and allow Susan to transmit this wisdom and these energetics that we have access to from her point of view, and how she's translating it and how you can make that a part of your life as well. So with that, I want to tell you, Susan Taylor Scheer is the founder of Soul Mastery. She's highly established, internationally acclaimed author. She's a spiritual counselor, intuitive healer, and medium. And I can say a friend as well. She's helped tens of thousands of people over 27 years, combining her exquisite connection to the divine with her training as a psychotherapist, inspiring the revelation of each person's inherent spiritual wealth to flourish and thrive. Susan has this rare gift of catalyzing the luminous bridge between your soul and your current reality to foster a life of joy in an easy and practical way. And by the way, I've already scheduled my private session with Susan, which is part of the special offer. We'll get into that later, but that's coming in. I'm really excited about that. But she's here. She's here to bring the blueprint based on love back into our world and hearts. And she's devoted to using her abilities to inspire and uplift every life that she touches. Now, she uses the Akashic records and intuitive wisdom. She empowers you to live authentically and access your true power, passion, and purpose to create meaningful contributions in your life and the life of others. And it's with that introduction, Susan, that I want to welcome you to today's show, and so grateful that you're here.
Thank you so much, John. Great to be with you as a friend, a spiritual comrade. Yeah. And be in this beautiful, lush community. I think the setting behind you really depicts the lushness of this community that I'm really glad to be a part of today with all of you. And a quick question, am I looking straight on my, is that better for looking
you look
straight
great
on?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That one's better than, okay, because I don't, I keep looking at you, and that means I'm going to the corner of my eye. Every Zoom setup is a little different. Yay. Okay, so thank you so much for having me. And again, thank you to this community for all being such luminous lights in the world. And I hope you never, ever take it for granted. The part you play, no matter what, please don't take it for granted. We need each other so much as a community of luminosity. And I'm so glad to be with you to help inspire and uplift every aspect of your soul and your physical dimension and your life here in any way possible, so that you can be your fullness. So thank you, John. Yeah,
that's beautiful. So Susan, I want to step back just a little bit, and I'd love for you to explain how you work with the Akashic records and your intuitive wisdom, and how you bridge that to help clients, because you really have a depth of awareness that's extremely unique. And so I'd love everybody on the call to have a translation of what that means for the way that you interpret and what it means for clients that you work with.
I'd love to do that because that has been my life's work. And it is amazing how unique it is, because I don't think of myself in those shoes at all as a way out kind of person. I think you can tell, but I am. And I want to give each one of you the opportunity to feel your uniqueness. So I started working with the Akashic Records eons ago, it feels like, and it's because it's the largest field that I'm aware of besides the galaxy, that we don't have quite any structure to, the largest field to connect us with our soul and its gifts and strengths and the worlds that we've come from before coming here. Because what I've found in my many years of working with the Akashic Records and with people at a soul level, which is pretty deep, it doesn't mean it's heavy, it just means you get to go to the core of things, which is so exciting, and not have to fuss around with just this lifetime and your mom and dad and all your wounds from childhood. Phew. But the worlds that we come from have actually defined so much of what we are made of, what our value is, what our meaning is, what our purpose is, what our gifts are, as I mentioned. And understanding that and experiencing that directly is my mission, my sense of opening you up so you feel deeply understood, deeply seen, deeply loved. And you have a feeling for not only where you came from informationally, but you get to experience that and bring that into your body realm and feel like I'm living from that place. Because the only wound really is the wound of separation. It makes it much easier. And we know that, the wound of separation. So when you connect again to your soul and its strengths and its purposes and its meaning and value, and you hold that in your heart, and we'll talk some more today about holding it in your creative power center as well, which is really important these days. When you hold it there, then you can feel like you are the magnificent being that at some level in yourself, you are designed to be. And that's my gift to this world, is to be able to help you catalyze the gift that you are. Because I'm not here to help clear your stuff and be your guru. I'm here to help you be empowered to be all that you're meant to be. And that Akashic Record field and the home worlds, I wrote a book called Soul Mastery that talks about all these worlds, and many people haven't heard about them, but they're specific worlds that we came to before coming to the earth to glean particular dimensions of ourselves that we said, I want to bring that to this world. So if you're feeling an urgency right now, it's like, what is it I'm supposed to be bringing? What is it I'm supposed to be doing even? It's okay to feel like you're supposed to be doing something. What am I supposed to be being is great, but there is something we're supposed to contribute. We know that. And you haven't quite tapped into that. It's because you're not connected to the soul level dimension of that. And I love getting people connected to that.
Yeah, you do. It comes every time we talk. It's like the whole field opens with you. It's absolutely amazing.
It's an infinite field. It's the infinite field of creation, because we're meant to be grand creators.
Yeah.
So you connect to your grand creator self, which is the soul of manifestation.
Well, let's get into that. The manifestation part, Susan.
Yeah.
Tell us about the soul of manifestation.
Great.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Okay. So the reason I'm bringing that forward today is because we're at a whole new place with the solstice after, for many of us, not everybody in the world, many of us, the pandemic is starting to wind down in terms of what we needed to glean from it energetically and in transformation. It's set a foundation for us. So it's time to springboard from that. There's a lot I could say about that if we want to go there, just intuitive wisdom about that. But we're ready to take the next step, new beginning, new way of being, but also being able to manifest all those creations that we have said to ourselves, well, it's about time. And I've been gestating with them for 1.5 years now. It's time to do that. So when we set intentions, which many of us have been doing for years, we often just go, this is what I want to create, a new job, say, okay, or a soulmate. this is what I want to create. And we repeat that intention and we get it into our heart and say, I would love to have that soulmate, or I would love that new job. Where I am now is boring. I'm done with it. And you're not alone, because in the United States, I think it's about a third of the job market are saying, that's it. I'm not doing these kind of jobs anymore. I've got to do what I'm designed to do, which is fantastic. So you have these intentions. They're sitting here in your head. They're sitting here somewhat in your heart because we've gotten better at it. What if you engaged the whole universe to back you with your intention for what you want to manifest? That's what I want to teach you how to do, so that all of it is the infinite field with you in your manifestation. Now you could say, well, that's obvious. Of course, I pray to, these people, and I call in my guides and I ask for assistance. There's still separation there, isn't there? There's a feeling, yes, and the guides are an aspect of you for sure. Our guidance is aspects of us. Every quality of spirit is an aspect of us. But there's a difference between knowing that we want to have love and knowing that we are love and the whole universe supports us in bringing that forward, or the new job, or the new house, or the new puppy, whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, that the whole universe is absolutely with you in that. So that's what I want to help you to experience today, is that that reconnection and that reunion that makes it like, well, I got this. It's a done deal. Of course it is. Of course it's going to happen. And it's just the magic of it creating itself in the outer.
It's so interesting, Susan, because for me, and I'm sure for many the listeners on today's call or listening to the replay, that there is this sense of like this, what we're supposed to be doing, like the sense of purpose, but it doesn't quite land, and it seems so elusive. How can we actually step into it in the way that you're referring to?
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you just do a little exercise, because I love doing exercises. We could chat it up forever, John and I, but I want you to have a greater experience here. We'll do a longer something in a little while, but for now, let's just start with. So what I want you to do is that sense of purpose is going to be a sense of something larger. Your expanded self has to be engaged, right? If you're going to do a sense of purpose, because that is your larger field. So what I want you to do right now, excuse me, my nose itches when I'm moving energy. Some people sneeze, I sneeze. Some people burp, I do that too. And my nose itches. So you'll see me doing this a lot. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a kaleidoscope. Okay, good. A kaleidoscope. So imagine out in the universe, and I'm always using the larger dimension of you, that there's a big kaleidoscope of your choosing, okay? A kaleidoscope. So you can just bring it into your awareness. Close your eyes. Anyone can do creative imagination. There's a kaleidoscope out there. Can you feel it? And it can be as big as you want it to be. Okay, so feel that presence. Good job, everybody. It's there. Feel how it lifts you out of your state. Now, a lot of you love getting out of your body and just going off somewhere. So this is easy. Okay, we're going to bring it in as well. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine something that you want to create. The puppy, the job, the soulmate. I would prefer you didn't say more money. Okay. What we want to do is when you say the new job, the house, the soulmate, you know enough, I know you do, to say what it's going to feel like, okay? But I want you to consider the quality of spirit that you really want when you say, I want that new house, or I want that new job. What's the one quality of spirit that you want to bring forth? Maybe it's two, that's okay. So feel that and just hold that in front of you, that quality of spirit that this new house is going to bring you, that you're going to create. Okay, easy. Yep, everyone feels like they're right there. Good. We love thinking the things we want to create, right? What's the next step for me? The next, even if it's just what's the next step for me, feel what that would give you. Security, safety, that's fine. Okay. Now what you're going to do is hold that there. And then what I want you to do is go out to that kaleidoscope again. Feel that kaleidoscope out there, just waiting for you. It didn't go away, but you have to expand into it. Yeah, we like being out there, don't we? Yeah. Now you're going to take some breaths and start bringing that kaleidoscope energy. Name it real quickly before you do. What does that kaleidoscope energy bring you? Freedom, expansion, infinite, creation, love. What does that kaleidoscope bring you? Everything is unique for each one. Got that? It could be just a sense of I feel a little spacey. That's okay. That's okay. Space is good. That's expansion. That's the portal to the infinite is spaciness. You're going to bring that spaciousness, even if it's spacey, bring it as spaciousness down into your heart space. Feel the kaleidoscope in your heart. We're going for it. And then bring that kaleidoscope around what it is you want to create. And feel what ignites when you do that. Okay, that's a little experience of that ability to bring the soul, which the kaleidoscope is a part of, or the soul is part of the kaleidoscope, into what it is we want to manifest. And I call it creation at this point. Creation instead of manifesting. You have to create something and then it manifests.
I know you have an awareness of the energies that run through and the disparity, but also what we're opening to as well. And I want to stay in the opening part because I want to create from this for everybody on the call today. And you get into the masculine energy and how it's incorporating here. I'd love for you to share how we're using this in the manifestation, or how we're having a relationship with this in the manifestation process.
Okay, great. Excellent. It is essential to the manifestation process. Thank you, John. It is essential. Now, the trick is it has been something that we've dished, gotten rid of. It's like it's bad. Now, the masculine energy coming through a human 3D person has been misuse of power, misguided power, mismotivation, all of that completely. So I understand that historically we have this feeling that the masculine energy, and we hold it in our subconscious, is not something we really want to line up with, right? I get it. Harvey Weinstein, the whole thing, you know that. So many, it's like, okay, I don't want anything to do with that false use of power. I don't want to do that. But guess what? If you don't have true masculine energy moving in you, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel confused. You're going to not know where you're going. You're going to be sitting on a gold mine of you with the fear that your gold is going to be hurt or harmed in some way, because you don't feel there's a place for it in the world. So let's redefine masculine, divine masculine, and start to bring that in again. So we have talked about masculine as provide, produce, protect. Doesn't that feel old when I say that?
Oh, yeah.
God. For John as a man, he's like, I'm not here to do that anymore.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not doing it. Which is great, because that is a human level. Provide, produce, protect. Now, it doesn't mean you can't incorporate some of those things, but many have heard me talk about protection as, no, we're not doing protection anymore. We're building a solid core, and this holds our masculine energy inside. So it's like the room is full. We are so full, we don't have to protect ourselves from the bad juju, because we have what we need, and there's nothing out there that can take us off our rocker. And masculine energy is a stable energy as well. So here's my words for the divine masculine. And just take a breath and take this in. Honor, respect, and hold sacred.
Mm.
Wouldn't you love to feel honored, respected, and held sacred in your life? I have not met anyone who said, I don't think so. Honored, respected, and held sacred by the men in your life, but mostly there's a part of you inside that honors what you value, honor the love that you are, honors your purpose, sees your excuse me, goal for what it is, sees your goal for what it is, honors it, and helps move it forward. We say we want masculine energy to have our back, but right now there's a lot of old energy that says, I don't want that masculine energy behind me. It's bad stuff. So there's a yes, I want someone to have my back, but the subconscious and the soul level challenge says, no, don't go away. I'm already hypervigilant enough. Having to watch my back all the time. Don't get there. So we have to learn how to bring in the true vibration of being honored, respected, and held sacred into our body. And it's not just the union of masculine and feminine. It's like this. They hold each other. I can't describe it. It used to be like this for me, and then now it's like this. Whoop, 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 whoop. So equal. It's like an equal partnership versus we're going to work together like that. And it is a divine component. So we have to be connected to the divine component. It's one of the things I love to do in sessions with people, because you haven't had that opportunity to be connected with the divine masculine. It's gotten lost along the way, to say the least. I've worked with 3 people in the last, 10 days who have talked to me about the fact that in their partnership, their husbands, they're like, we're not on the same page. And another said, I don't trust him. And another said, we've lost that love and feeling. Those kinds of things are up. Is it because the men are, being sluggish? No, it's because there's an urgency of feeling I have to connect to the divine masculine in myself and know that deeply. And it's a divine component. Hold that feeling of being honored, and then it will be reflected in my world. The world is a reflection of us. So that's really up right now, is to feel that and hold that deeply. And then your partner becomes a whole different person to you and for you, because they can become that reflection, versus they're the person that represents the one I don't trust, I don't know what to do with. It's just that human masculine sitting in front of me for all these years, kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah. And as we embrace this and as we move on, of course, there's new paradigms that we're stepping into. We're really, we've been running the show 9 years, and it's like we're really cleaning out at a core level, and it's going deeper. And each season, it seems that we go deeper into the realms of our subconscious, our psyche, even our ethereal bodies, to really bring into alignment the way that we want to create this new earth paradigm.
Yes.
And what's possible. And what you bring is you bring in these amazing tools, and they're simple yet powerful, and they're accessible to anybody, regardless of the level of intuition or connection that you think that you do or don't have. And I'd love for you to get into the mantra that you're suggesting for the call, so we can go deeper into that, and
okay,
everybody can walk off to this. Yeah, let's go into the process.
Okay, let's do it.
Everybody, before we get into the process, just take your time and relax. Just take a deep breath and be open to receive. We're going to get into a special offer in a little bit, and we're going to take questions as well, because some of y'all already have your hands raised, and I want to get into that. But before I get into that, and again, when we get a special offer, there's an opportunity to receive from Susan through coursework, but also through private session. And I highly recommend her work. And if you know that you want a private session with Susan, keep it in mind, and you may want to book your session before instead of after, so that you can get your dates in for the scheduling and all that. But I wanted to suggest that now, so that I can kind of free myself of the urgency of trying to get there in case you guys had to leave early or whatever. Just know this special offer is truly special, and I hope that you guys participate in it. And with that announcement, and again, we'll get back to it a little bit further
Great.
on the call. And with that, let's relax and sink in. And Susan, please guide us through this.
Sure, I'll help you relax in a new way, a new kind of breathing that came to me the other day, which is so fun. So when you breathe in, we're going to do one thing. When you breathe out, you're not actually breathing out, you're breathing deeper. Ooh, okay. All right. So we'll do it just 3 times. So breathe in life and breathe out by deepening your breath into trust and knowing in your body. So take that life force and breathe it down as you breathe out. Breathe in, move it down with trust and knowing in life. Open up that lower body to bring life in. Beautiful. Well, we are activating your true creative power as well as this mantra, your true creative power, which is what we need in our lower body to be able to manifest. It's the soul and the true creative power ignited that brings forth what is yours to bring forth. Okay. So as you take that breath, I want you to connect to a universal source of light that you know and trust. It could be the sun. It could be a ball of light, whatever it is. Breathe that into your breath. And then breathe that from your breath into your whole heart space. That sacred heart, which is a sanctuary behind your physical heart. That ball of light that you know and trust, and then breathe it into your whole body. I am a beacon of light. Saying yes to light. As you bring light in, anything less than light flushes away. And then come back to your heart space. And now what I want you to do is imagine out in the universe a star, a beautiful, brilliant star. Maybe you see a whole universe of stars first, but one is twinkling, one is getting its attention, your attention. See that universe of stars. Maybe it's connected to the kaleidoscope. And that one star that's standing out, you can just create it right now. That is the star of you. You are a unique star in this universe. That is your essence. And then bring that star down into your heart space. Bring that star into your heart space. Breathe a little deeper as that star. And then say to yourself or out loud if you choose, I am a gift. And feel it from your heart space. I am a gift. And as you feel it in your heart space, I am a gift. Feel your core of you starting to expand to receive your true essence and nature. This is the mantra for the new world. You aren't here for karmic reasons, for learning. You are here because you are a gift. That is your purpose. And then breathe that into your whole body as the star that you are. I am a gift. And my body is a sacred temple for the gift that I am. My body is a sacred temple for the gift that I am. As you bring that star and proclamation into your abdomen, what I call the womb space for your creation. All the way down your legs to your feet. And then imagine this star that you are spreading out into the world. The world is a revelation of the gift that I am. My world is purely a revelation of the gift that I am. And anything now that I choose to create from the place of being a gift will be supported by a universe, my sacred temple, and the world that is an extension of this gift that I am. So you can now get your creative tap shoes on and your creative power going to say, I'm ready to create a whole new me because I am a gift.
Mm.
And you can take it on, just take a moment to feel into your world right now and how it has transformed when you put this energy into it. Maybe a situation you've had in your life, maybe something that's a kink, something that hasn't worked out for you. How does it shift now when you feel yourself in your sacred temple as a gift?
Mm.
You are the soul of manifestation.
Mm.
Wonderful. Great to do that, John.
Oh, it's so wonderful. It felt so good. And I love reaching out for the star and integrating it in. And I'd love to give a little more definition, again, from your perspective, to ground this in more and for all of us to take more ownership. Because when we talk about sacred temples, it can seem so elusive, so otherly.
Great.
And
Yeah.
so define for me the way that you see the sacred temple in everyone that you work with.
Okay, great. Well, for me, it's about really seeing your body in a whole different light than just saying, I love you, body. You know, you're good, you're fine. It's okay that I have physical pain. I'm having a rough time today. Body, I love you. That's one thing. But if you see your body as a sacred container for the nature of who you are, you ground in it, you land in it. And when you bring the universe of infinite creation into your body, and allow that, say that star in this case, with that proclamation, I am a gift, or you bring that kaleidoscope down into your abdomen, then you start to change the nature of grounding. You're not grounding to the earth, which often means we leave our body, we go someplace else, we get some energy from the earth. Instead, you want to ground as you, a sacred revelation. I am a sacred revelation of the universe of the infinite. When you bring that in, I've had people for years say, wow, when I bring in the universe of me, the star, whatever it is, because every session is different with a person, when I bring it in, they'll say, I feel more grounded, more present than I ever have in my life when I've tried to connect to Mother Earth for my grounding. Because most of us, many of us, are high level souls. And our true home, our true nature is very expanded. And so just to put it in a box with the earth is not enough. The earth is part of our universe. Absolutely. It's part of the infinite field of creation, but it's not all of it. It's like we want to have it surrounding us completely. And then we know we are an infinite sacred temple for creation to come through us. It's like a divine channel all the way in our whole body, not just a divine channel that stops here or here. It goes all the way to our feet. and beyond, down beneath our feet. Yeah.
Right. So wonderful. And thank you for putting context to this. And for me, this also brings up the aspect in that sacred temple, how it's received by the masculine again, in the honor, the respect, right? And
Yes.
those core principles, and also in the feminine and receiving that aspect. And how would you describe the feminine as well if we were to give it words?
Yes, exactly. So if you see the masculine as honoring, it's like the structure that holds the divine flow. The divine flow, and we all have divine flow. The receptivity, the divine flow of life is the feminine, and the masculine holds in its stability and presence and honoring and holding sacred the flow of life, the river of life. So the masculine is like the banks of the river, that presence that just says yes to love, life, light, all of it coming in. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Thank you for bringing context to that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's, the divine channel needs both. You have to have that structure. Now, a lot of people will say things like, gosh, when the energies are coming in, it's so intense. That's because the divine channel, the structure is being pushed upon. And so there's a feeling of like constriction. It's like, I'm trying to bring the energies in, but it's pressing up against something. So when that happens, it's important to say, I open to more greater honoring, not just I receive. There has to be that masculine honoring and holding sacred. And so the body expanding in its capacity to be a sacred container. And so you're going to have to do a little bit of expanding of that container to bring in more of those energies. So it's not just, I'm going to surrender to the energies and let them do their thing. Okay, that's what gets us in trouble sometimes. We're so open and there's just new energies coming in all the time. Can we just keep expanding? And that's why I have you bring in things like Kaleidoscope or the star or the universe to help you have something that you trust to be the walls and the holding space that you absolutely trust of a universal nature, so that the new energies has a place to come in that just keeps expanding and feeling better. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Susan.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're going to get ready for Q&A here. So if you guys want to ask your personal question, raise your hand in the participants box. It's at the bottom of the screen for most people. At least on my Mac it is. I think it might be on the right-hand side of the screen for people on the PC. I'm not sure, but you'll find it. You'll see a little hand that waves. You can do that, or you can type your question into the chat box. And so I'm going to prepare you guys in a little bit, and I'll start promoting everybody to panelists. I'll ask that you stay on mute until I call your name. And in the meantime, find where your unmute button is. So when I call you, we don't have to fumble around to it. We can have a really nice transition into it. So again, type your question into the chat box, raise your hand, or into the Q&A box, and we'll get there in a second. And before I go there, we have to go into the special offer. Because the opportunity to work with Susan and to get into this manifestation process and what that takes, it's again, these tools that Susan offers and the perspectives around it are just so amazing. And then again, you can go deeper on a private session with Susan, which is going to reveal so much, going into the Akashic records. And it's, again, Susan just brings in that spaciousness for the truth to really evolve through you and with you. So the link to get to the special offer is in the chat box. Click on that, then click on the link and it'll open up. And if you can't find it in the chat box for whatever reason, or if you prefer, go to a new web browser and type in beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Susan25. And Susan's with 2 N's, by the way. And Susan25, and that'll take you to the special offer page. And Susan, if you would, guide us through what everybody's going to be receiving.
Great. I'm so excited for everyone to receive this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, illuminate your divine channel, just what we've been talking about. I did a live immersion, I call it, just finished last weekend, and that's the name of it. So we built your divine channel that I was just talking about, so that you have a space that is not only the masculine and feminine, but everything you need to be able to access these incredible frequencies that are coming in, and they're getting bigger and brighter and more beautiful all the time. So this is what this set of recordings will bring you is really solidifying that. Now it's got the practical end, which is teaching you some amazing tools that I have loved with my guides for years. Practical. How do you connect with your guides? How do you connect with your sense of the expanded field in a way that you can get clarity? You know, you're just intuitive knowledge. How do you do that so your intuitive knowledge is intact and clear, and you know what your guidance collective is made of, what it's all about, what you're, you can feel it. It's like it's working for you, because many of you are very good at being psychic or intuitive for others, but when it comes down to your life and what should I be doing next, which is really always up for us, there's a lot more creative voids going on these days than there ever has been, and there's certainly one now. We're coming into a whole new way of being, so we have to feel that we have that connection intact to be able to claim the new spaces. Okay, so I'm really excited about that one. We had a great time. I wish I could show you all the testimonies. Okay, and then the Soul of Manifestation workshop. Yay! This is what's going to teach you even more about what we spoke about how to manifest from that larger soul perspective. That's really, really important to have those dimensions available to us and how to do that and practice doing that. So you are like the abundant creator. And you have not only the whole universe working with you, but you have that creative power center working with you as well, which is really, really important. Okay, next one. It just keeps going. It gets better. Clear the path to your soul's prosperity. This is even more specific as it relates to the wealth of your soul, because your soul is your wealth factor. And getting connected to the wealth of your soul means getting in touch with your soul gifts and strengths, what those are and how to bring those forward more so you can work with that. And it's also clearing the path to that. So it's a 7-day process of clearing the path so that you can bring that absolutely forward. Okay, great. All right, we're moving through it so we can get to the questions, but I just love how that just moves us right along into being able to feel like your divine channel can be open at any time and the path is clear. Okay, great. Realign to your mission realm. What the heck is your mission realm? Okay, well, the words in this describe it. We wouldn't have an earth plane if there wasn't a mission realm, correct? Think about it. This world is on a mission. We're on a mission, but the whole earth plane is on a mission. Creator created earth as a mission that is totally different than any place else. Okay, so it includes all the earth realms, the divine temples, the kingdom of beings, the mystery schools. So you get in this time of the of what we call realign to your mission realm, you have the opportunity to connect to that. It's a guided meditation to be able to bring you into that. And it also governs all soul contracts and agreements, etc., so that you can release anything that's not part of your mission. And this is what we want at this time, is to be able to connect to all that is of our mission and disconnect from anything that is not part of our mission. Okay? Yay, divine mission codes. Here we come. All right. So then the Soul's Majesty Meditation Collection. Well, this says pretty much all of it. Because when I created these, it was because we don't have time to do massive meditations. I don't believe in long-term ones anyway. But they're a collection of when you want soulful manifestation, the heart of success coming forward, if you want to connect to joy, if you want to connect to freedom, if you want to connect to home and spiritual family, if you want to reclaim your physical being, you can just pick one of these. And they are about 20 minutes long to give you the experience of those dimensions that you are longing for. Because whenever we have a part of us that's in fear, which most things are, it all comes down to that. Some of it's more hidden, but when you have a part in fear, imagine, and this is the creative way I like to look at it, instead of clearing the fear, what you're going to do is see that fear as a baby bird A baby bird that says, I want to get fed by my true nature. I want to get fed by freedom or joy, and I don't have it, and I'm in lockdown in this fear place. You put me in because you wanted to protect something beautiful of yourself, like your gold. So in order to unlock the fear and let that part of you come forward and be part of the wholeness of the infinite nature of you, you have to bring that fear what it needs in order to feel safe, to blossom and grow. You see, it's not complicated at all. It takes just a few minutes to do that. But then you don't have to keep repeating the fear pattern and PTSD and all of that because you've cleared it, but it comes back because you don't have something else that you value more to replace it with. Doesn't that make sense? If you don't replace it, it's just going to keep coming up because you put it in place a long time ago, right? You said, I don't want to be crucified, so I'm going to make sure I put this in place when things start getting all filled with light. You know, that's when people start getting crucified. I don't want that. So I'm going to put this protection and fear in place. No, we're going to just guide that part back into discovery. Okay, now I'm speeching. Sorry. All right. Into discovery of its true nature that's just been waylaid for a little while, being afraid to come forward. That's why I want you to get into your soul dimensions and its beauty and its everything. So as you pour that in, the fear just goes away because you value it more, right? You value your gifts, your sense as being a gift way more than the fear. See how that works? Isn't that fun?
And that's package A. And again, this reclamation part on these meditations, it's so strong. And that's just the meditations. Again, the realigning with your mission realm and clearing the path to soul's prosperity and the soul's manifestation workshop, all of this. And of course, illuminating your divine channel, build it and they will come. This is potent work, y'all. And Susan's offering this here on BTO for only $97. So if you want to participate in this now, if you want this package and a personal reading with Susan, that's $147. And there's a 2 payment option on that as well. And again, that's the package B. But Susan, describe what people receive in a private session with you. Where do you go and what will they do in this 40 minutes together with you?
Great. Okay. I love doing sessions. I've been doing them forever. And you could say, well, why, when are you going to graduate and not do sessions? Probably not. Because it is so unique. And helping a person feel understood with their soul purpose and being able to clear the path all the way back to before you started doing earth incarnations. I mean, let's get real. The first wound of separation is when, as a soul, you were in this incredible la-la land of love and creation and beauty. That's why you're always saying, ET phone home. I wish I could go home. I wish I could go to my true nature. So there you are out there and you say, yeah, but I want to come to planet Earth. I want to come to planet Earth because you get to have a physical reality of the 6 senses and it's no place else. And you're an adventurer. You said, yeah, I want to do that. And it'll be no problem being here. Well, as a soul, you didn't feel it would be a problem. But when you, then each person has this wound of separation that they're working with, depending on where they came from and what they decided to focus on. Being on planet Earth, we release that contract agreement, that wound, that separation, all of that, and get you fully aligned again, experientially, because that's me. So you feel in your body those parts of you, the vastness of you, the beauty of you, the divine love that you are. You get to feel that again in your body and know that's what you are designed to live from. Because coming here, say for instance, your mission is divine love. You come here and you come to a planet and there's no divine love here, it hurts. You know, it's a challenge to work with. So when you bring that back in again, and it's not just a concept, I'm divine love, it's a feeling dimension that opens everything in you to a real sense of who you are and what you have to bring. It will start to open the field of creation for you. So that's what I provide for you, is that opening. So to your star family, your home world, all those dimensions. And yes, channeled messages from your guidance team. Some of your guidance teams are so funny. I love it. We have a lot of fun with it for sure. And the Akashic Records is the record of all knowledge for all souls for all time since that beginning point. So we will tap into that and also give you guidance for this time forward, okay? From a soul level. After we've released the old soul challenges, then the path is much clearer. It's like having a forest in front of you because of the challenges. You clear the path and it's like, oh, now I see what I'm meant to do or what's my next step. And I want you to feel that. I can tell you, but I want you to feel it and know it. And then you're like, woohoo, I'm going. Yeah.
True empowerment. I love this. Again, I've subscribed. I'm doing my session with Susan next week. Amazing. I'm excited. Next Thursday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Great. I'm so excited too. Very excited. And one of the things that it will work with is long-term physical challenges. People have had chronic patterns that it's like nobody knows how to fix it because they came from that way back when timing. Okay. I work a lot with parents and children. Man, that's, a lot to deal with when your children, your grown children, your parents aren't working for you. We can work with all of that together. What else? Everything under the sun, whatever it is, relationship issues, health issues, it's just working with it at a soul level. It's not so much I work with money or relationship. I work with all of it at a soul level. And absolutely, as it relates to money and abundance, that's essential to know your spiritual wealth and be connected to that so you can bring that in. Yeah.
Feels wonderful. Again, I'm excited about my session. And everybody, the link again is in the chat box to get to Susan's special offer. Again, package A is $97, 2 payment option, 30-day money back guarantee. It says we have to make sure it's resonant for you. And we know sometimes the interview sounds good and everything, and to dive in deeper, there's a hesitancy. But I really find that when we go deeper, is when it truly unlocks those messages and those gifts that are just like right there, those gems that are waiting to be harvested. And to have someone like Susan guide you through this again with such an openness of energy and feeling into the potentiality of what's awakening within you, and then have you recognize it as well. True empowerment happens there. So that's why, that's why I love the sessions with Susan and why I wanted to have her back on the show. So again, y'all take advantage of it. Again, the link's in the chat box, or go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Susan25. Take you to that same page. Add it to shopping cart, click, you'll get the downloads and you'll have instructions on how to book your session. Susan, let's get into our live calls. We've already promoted quite a few people to panelists and some questions coming in. So
luminous gifts in front of me. Hello.
Yes. So first caller I want to take, there's 2 Lindas on, but I'm going to go to the Linda that's outside right now. Linda, if you'll go ahead and unmute your phone, please.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much.
Happy to see you here. What's your question?
My question is I've done lots and lots of clearing. I continue to do it, and my main focus is to stay at that level of joy. But I'm finding that I'm not sure where to go from there. I fill myself, and then I get challenged. I step back, and is that just staying consistent with that? Is that my goal for now, or is there anything that comes through to you that?
It is a deep part of your goal at one level. She's stopped, but I will keep talking. Her face stopped, but I can keep going. So this deep level of joy is absolutely the core of who you are, and that's beautiful. And what you do need is more of that masculine energy, because there's a feeling in you that it's like, okay, what do I do with joy? Now you could say, well, there hasn't been the blueprint for joy on planet Earth yet, hardly at all. So it doesn't feel like there's a container for it in the world. So unconsciously, the feeling for you is there's no place to take it. I just have to bubble in it, be a bubble and let it go, bubble up and be fun and all of that. But the feeling is it's almost like a caution. It's not a huge fear, but there's a deeper caution. And it's not about clearing the caution, but I'll talk about that. There's a caution to move it forward, because joy is not received in this world well, according to you and your old patterns, okay? It's not received well. So I just get to be in it and be in it and be in it. But the the factor of being able to feel like there's a place for it is what has been missing. So rather than weeping that there's no place for it, right? I want you to feel as though you're going to start building, and if you can do the package, it'd be fantastic, but you can start building this, your own reality here. That's what I help people with. You know, we say we create our own reality. What if your reality was a universal one that holds the masculine, the feminine in your case, that says, in this world, the joy that I am is totally honored. But for you to feel like the world that you step into will totally honor that joy, will allow you to feel free to create all sorts of things from joy, because there's many things you could create. You're like that, right?
Yes, and that would help me so much because it's trying to find my purpose through this. It's like I kind of get lost,
Yes.
and then I
Exactly.
can't find it.
Yeah. It's like, well, what do I do with it? And yeah, where does it take me? So that other next energy wants to come in to take you forward with it and propel you forward, not just protect you from the world, propel you forward. And you'll feel like, I got this. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank
Great.
you so much. I
So
really
welcome.
appreciate you. Thank you all.
So welcome, outside.
Linda, thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, let's go to our next caller. And Priya, welcome to the call.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. What is your question for Susan?
Well, first of all, thank you for picking me. This is just wonderful to connect with you. I'm really pleased. Thank you. Really, I don't really have a great question because I have so many. I just wondered if there's anything that you can share with me that would be beneficial for me to receive.
Okay,
To
great.
help me.
Absolutely. So, transmutation. Do you use that word much?
Yes.
Good, good. So what I want you to do is really feel that essence and say, wow, what I touch transmutes. That's it. All I need to know is what I touch transmutes. Your soul carries that capacity very strongly. So when you have questions about, I don't know, your worth or value, I'm transmuting all the time, right? Now you have to be careful because you're one of those that tries to take on other people's energies to help transmute their energies. That's not your job,
No,
right?
not
I know.
anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Exactly. So you're transmuting the larger energies into a format that will work here on planet Earth. So feel the energies as they come in and feel yourself like a little factory inside. I like that image. I like it. A little factory inside going ka-ching, 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 transmute, transmute, translate, transmute. Doom, here we go. Okay. And then
Awesome.
you will start to just feel like you're this little operating system that's just, you know, in its groove. Because that's what you want. You want to feel more like you're in a groove rather than, oh, so many possibilities.
Right.
Yeah, great.
Beautiful. Well, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for being the transmuter that you are. Yeah, the translator.
Well, Priya, I want to ask you, how does this reading feel to you? Experiencing going in, not knowing what you're going to ask. What comes up for you?
It feels good and it feels like me. And it's interesting because I relate to what she's saying. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm a weaver and I love creating with different shapes and colors and fibers, and I bring it out into the world, and they're not being, well, I should say they're not selling very much, but I keep telling myself, I know the right person will see it and love it and receive it. And so when you said that, it just kind of helps me to see that whatever is coming through is just being processed in whatever way it needs to be processed. That makes sense?
It does make sense. Susan, I'd love for you to speak into this a little bit more because again, the not being received and the not being consumed in the way that we hoped, right?
Exactly. So it's automatic for you to work with color and weaving and all of that. What you're not doing is seeing the divinity of the hugeness of the purpose that it is, that you're transmitting energy through this weaving. And it's got this amazing dynamic and dimension to it. And then when you do that, it's not just, oh, this is so great. It's just like, wow, this is bringing the codes of larger dimensions through. I don't know why I've picked weaving, but it just works for me. It's bringing those codes through, and I'm going to make these articles in a way that the right, and you're going to feel that this person who needs this article or is drawn to it is because of the codes that are in it. Okay, you don't have to understand what that word means. It's just that's what you do. You bring codes into things and translate those larger energies through these physical patterns. But yes,
Wow.
this whole feeling of not, yeah, go ahead.
As you're saying this, I'm just rushing. My arms and legs are tingling and
Yeah. Thank you, John, for that. And the next piece is that not being received. Oh my God, everybody has that feeling of I'm not received here. But if you're holding that sense, I am a gift, and I'm translating these larger energies into whether you type at a computer all day as a secretary or whatever, I'm bringing that in and translating that in. I don't care if the world doesn't receive me. I get to be with these energies, and there's a place for those energies in this world because I exist and I am a gift, and I'm bringing those larger energies in, and then it will start to change the whole relationship. Like I said earlier, the world is a revelation of you versus I wish they would receive me.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that gives other people the power. When they receive me, I'll feel like I have value. When they buy my weavings, I'll have value, right? And we have to flip it around. The world is a reflection, and it's just, I feel this tremendous sense of what wants to, what's burning through me, and it's a revelation, and I can't wait to see how that's going to play itself out.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you just brought through, and with the meditation that you just did and the star and the kaleidoscope, it consolidates it and it deals it or it.
Yeah. Seals the deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
No, thank both of you actually, and Priya and everybody on the call. What Susan, I believe, does so beautifully is she brings in the aspects of this being that we be. And so it's not just to receive the information from a mental construct, but it's really to take ownership of what is already divine and alive within you. So come back and listen to even this part of the recording for you, Priya, and more as a transmission to remind you and to whisper in your ear who you are in case you forgot, and allow that to be what you're receiving now, rather than a validation of something that you'd hope you'd be received by someone. If someone could only see me, I'd be okay. Right? Because that's another form of receiving that's outside of you. But if you take ownership in listening to the whispers of your soul through Susan.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, beautiful, Priya. Beautiful, John. And another part that a session does is it allows you to get into the largeness of your soul that you don't even imagine at this time you are. Because you just know you're a larger soul and all of that, and that feels good and you're connected. But what is the dimension of that, and what does that feel like? And where do you get fed? Because we get fed in other dimensions more than we get fed here, right? So being able to feel that and know that and connect with that is essential. So we can get fed, because we feel the earth is a limiting place and we're not being fed by the people here and all of that, because we're not supposed to. We're meant to co-create with the people here. But first we have to have all of us, and that's infinite for many of you, with us. Yeah. So great. Okay.
Beautiful. Priya, again, thank you so much. All right, let's go to our next, before I go to the next caller, I had a question that came in the Q&A, and some of y'all may have had the same question. Let me find it here. So Oh, give me a second. I just had it here in the chat. I have to find it again. Maria is asking if you can go over the breath work again. She wasn't sure how to breathe in and breathe more in and then exhale. So maybe if you can just physically take us through it in a
Yeah.
short exercise.
Sure. So I want you to listen to what I'm doing. I'm breathing. I'm going to see if I can do it in 2 steps and talk in between. Ha ha ha. And juggle at the same time. Breathe in. Now hold your breath. You don't have to hold your breath, but now when you breathe out, usually we go, right? So instead of it just going out and trying to get rid of something, you're going to breathe in and put your focus of attention on breathing out as you move down in your body. So breathing out is really just taking this life force deeper instead of trying to get rid of anything.
Mhm.
It will also train your body to learn how to do deeper breathing into your abdomen, because we never do that. And then we try to go in and out of our abdomen and we get dizzy. So breathing it down as your exhale.
Beautiful. Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, to a peaceful place.
And slowness. It's like he's calmed the storm. We're not in that we're not in the sympathetic response. It's not so quick. It's really slows it down, and we're actually receiving as we're exhaling.
Yes. Yes.
As it feels like to me.
It's all receiving instead of thinking, I have to get rid of anything. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Glad we
Okay.
did that. Yay.
Yeah, thank you for the explanation. Okay, Gina, let's get you to unmute and welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. My question is basically just that it was just my birthday yesterday. I just turned 51 and I'm just feeling very just stuck in my life, and I'm kind of starting a new chapter, and I just wanted to see if there was anything that, you could tell me regarding the next, how to get through that feeling of just being very, in a bad place, like not knowing how to move forward and make the decisions that I need to make.
Okay. And when you say you're moving into a new chapter, are you aware of certain ingredients, or you just feel it sensationally?
Well, I'm leaving a job that I was in for 10 years, and I'm kind of starting over in a new job. And
you have the new job and that feels okay to you? Great.
Yeah, I'm just starting it now. I actually just got my real estate license.
Oh,
So-
great. Okay.
So I need to, get into a good place because I want to attract the right, clients. I almost want to be like a spiritual realtor and help my clients like manifest their best, So, and then just a lot's just going on in my life with my children. I have 2 teenagers who are going through a lot right now. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like very like a lot of weight on my shoulders.
Let's see what Susan picks up. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we talked a teeny bit about creative power. Okay. Now you have not lived from your creative power center as sufficiently as would be useful for you in this next chapter. Part of it is because when you feel like when things get off for you, the teenagers are coming at you, or the job is like bleh kind of thing, you have a tendency to go, I don't know, I'm in hopeless and helpless. I don't know how to handle this. Instead of going into that creative power center and having that feeling that I've got something to offer. Okay. Now this is a little deeper than just me sort of telling you what to do. It would be how to turn that creative power center on, because you have not liked the way power is misused in this world. Your teenagers misuse their power with you all the time. And you're like, oh my God, just go away, go away, go away. In the old job, it was like, everybody go away, because all these people that you were working with were like misusing their power, and you felt abused in a way. You were put down, and if you were in 8th grade, you'd feel like you were being bullied. So I want to help you in any way I can, and I'm happy to do that through the package, help you
Yes.
feel like it's safe for you to get in your creative power again. And part of
Yes.
it is masculine, but part of it is just, it's okay for me to be a force to be reckoned with. That's okay. That's okay. I won't lose love if I do that. I won't lose love if I do that. So many people live from that place of, yes, but if I'm powerful, I won't be loved. Ah,
Yes, that's really hitting home. Yes, that
Yeah.
really is. Oh my
can
gosh.
feel the
Yeah,
tears. I
that's
can
almost
feel the
exactly
tears.
how I feel because I
yeah.
feel in my life very disempowered right now. And you just like hit it on the head that I really, yep.
Happy to help you. Turn that around.
Thank
Great.
you.
You're
Thank
so
you so
welcome, Gina.
much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling in, Gina. And Gina, I want to add something to that. And Susan, I'd love
Please.
your interpretation about this also.
Okay.
We are all stepping into a great unknown. Really, we're moving forward into new territory. We've talked about that on the show through lots of speakers, my own interpretation of it. And part of the uncertainty and the feeling of lack of confidence also comes not because you're going into an old program, but because we are stepping into an unknown. And so in that, we don't have the confidence that we carried before, or the knowing, or the structures that we created out of control are loosening. And we're finding that control isn't working anymore because it still leaves a level of the nervous system running in an old way that never will get something fulfilled because it's always trying to manipulate an outcome for its own comfort.
Yeah.
And so as
Hold
we
it
release
in
into new
life.
territory, into new adventures, into new ventures, new jobs, a new way of relating with our children,
Yes.
it creates an anxiety within us because
Yes.
it's all brand new.
It does. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've never been here before as a collective, as a person, all of that. And when I say you have to be in touch with your creative power, if we just talked about that mentally, you'd be like, I don't know how. And okay, does that mean I have to be more of a, strong female, Wonder Woman? No, that's not it. It's about feeling as I mentioned to Priya, I believe it was, feeling the largeness of all you are as a creator and being able to access that power. And in the universe, there's nothing unknown. So when you access the largeness of yourself and you have that in your power center, that womb space for creation, you can create, and you can hear it in my voice, I'm creating powerfully. Now, another moment in time, I might be very serene and feeling as though I just want to say peace be unto you. But when I want to have creative power, it's there because I've brought it in enough to trust it, a true, what I call universal power source that I can trust and know that that is a creation source. Thank you, John. Yeah.
Thank you.
Gina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, let's go to, well, before we go to the caller, I want to remind you all of the special offer, Susan. The link again is in the chat box, or you can go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Susan25, take you to the same page. And you have those incredible modules, the meditations, really accessing the core of Susan's work in so many different ways, and how it's progressed and how she's bringing it forward because we're moving forward in different ways. That's $97 for the package of recorded items. And then adding the private session set, it's only $50 more for a 40-minute private session. And I hope you guys take advantage of that. And at least of the recordings and the transmissions and what you can keep taking on by, again, learning to recognize who you be and having that just anchor in is such an absolute that your capacity to create from that power center is just undeniable. And you'll keep coming back to it with love and compassion for yourself and for others, knowing what's possible. So it's amazing. Take advantage of the offer. Again, the link's in the chat box. And all right, again, let's go to another caller. Oh, Susan, go ahead.
Micah is in the middle of the night and she is awake and here, and I happen to know her. So if she could be included.
I was about to call on her. That's amazing.
Oh, good. Anyone who
Perfect.
stays up in the middle of the night deserves it, I have to admit, but I hope.
Micah. Yeah, Micah, let's get you to unmute.
Hope you can hear me.
We can. Hi.
Yes, hi. Yes, hi, Susan. It's great to see you. Hi, John. Great to see you too. Yes, I did a lot of work with Susan and I really love her work. And she taught me to really go back to the level where you can really like heal yourself and like really change things for yourself. But now I'm at a level that I'm working on the fact that I'm practically always alone and that all of my inner circle is at a distance. And I was curious if Susan could give me a clue what I can do about that and in which direction I have to look.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much for that. It has been a time of regrouping, and I'm not just talking about the pandemic per se, regrouping and redefining relationship for you. What do you value in relationship? And so family is important, but what else do you want in relationship besides that home base of family? What kind of relationship can you draw in for co-creation with, collaboration and co-creation, which feels like it's a little scarier for you to do that, to start reaching out to people who are at the same level as you to collaborate with versus just being there to soothe and nurture you and make you feel like you have people who love you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense because I have a lot of friends and those relationships are very like easy and I have a lot of loyal friends and friends I have had for a long time.
Yes.
But I find it very strange that like I have one brother in Moscow. Both of my children are abroad. My other brother is a pilot, so he's always flying away. My father is always abroad, and well, so it goes on, and that's makes it very difficult for me to get a starting point to when I am looking for a relationship for myself. Where do I start?
Right. Well, again, it's that feeling of somebody that someone you want to collaborate with in a sense of a unified, equal partnership. And I want you to feel that your family is intact. We're moving into a larger worldwide web, so to speak, and our families are all over the place because of the nature of this world. So knowing that they're there for you, feeling the anchor in your heart that your family is there with you will help you to feel like now I can expand and start to create another level of relationship. I'm not drawing someone in to take care of me and be my family. That is intact. I'm drawing someone in that I can create a whole new way of being with and also some new friends that you can collaborate with. One of the pluses, most of my family has died in the last number of years. So I can't, that's not my anchor at this physical plane. I don't have it anymore. You watch them go off and it's like, oh, I'm an orphan. Oh, my siblings are gone now. Whoa, okay, just me. Well, it allows you to go, well, what do I want from a relationship? Now, of course, they're all there on the other side with me thoroughly, probably more than they were here. But the feeling is, what's the next level of relationship now that I know that has been established and they've moved on, say, okay? See if that helps you. So just ask for more collaboration, creation, more of the new dimensions of you being honored by new people coming in your life. And partnership would be one of that, yeah. Great.
Mitchki, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, Susan, because as you talk about these new relationships coming in, what I also felt is a reawakening of my spirituality, because I've been very much in the embodiment phase, or bringing in and anchoring and walking that forward. And a reawakening that spirituality, it almost felt like there was a void, like I was disconnected from, I'll call them, from the guides that I felt connected to. But I also felt simultaneously that there was like a new type of energy coming in for support because of what I had chosen and worked on embodiments as well. So that transition kind of left me in this uncomfortable space, that wobble. It's like, wait, where did that support go? I feel kind of alone, but also feel, but there's something there. And that in-between state can be challenging because again, it's so new, because as we become even more empathic, we feel the distance that's created in the transitions as well.
Yes, absolutely. I call it a creative void. It's a creative way to look at it. It's a creative void. Even when you get spacey or you're confused, it's like, okay, it's a creative void. What do I want to create now? What do I want to create now? So like John said, you've created a lot, you've embodied a lot. Now it's time to open up new dimensions to bring in to create the next level. Well said. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing what comes through. Okay, let's go to, oh, okay, we're gonna go to another caller here. Let's squeeze another one in before the end of the call. I apologize, y'all, I want to get into more. But Linda, the other Linda, let's go to you now. Welcome to the call.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for coming on.
My question is, I'm kind of at the stuck place and unempowered place, and I really don't know what my next step is. If Susan could give any insight into that, that would be lovely.
Sure, happy to. Yeah. Well, know that you're not alone. It is part of this creative void that's going on right now. And again, you could call it post-pandemic, it's not. And like John said, it's a big unknown. We've never been here before. So give yourself a few deep breaths and go, oh, I'm right on track. Yay, how cool is that? And the other piece for you also is this statement, free to be me, to do me. Okay, I'm free to do me. And no one is going to keep me from being free to be me. So it's a tricky thing right now in the world, because everyone's like, I want my freedom and I feel so limited and I've been crushed, in this house for a long, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And then it's like, well, look at all these people that are keeping me from being free. It's like, really? Really? How could anyone keep you from being free to be you? But you have a soul level piece that says, I'm not free to be me because I live in the field of oneness. I live in oneness, so I have to move with where the currents are. I can't be free to be me because this is what's going on right now. Do you see what I mean? And there's this outside pressure, there's this duality going on and polarization and all of that. So I really can't be free to be me, right? Yeah. But if there's anything in you that says they are or that is, then you're not free to be you. So really practice on feeling that sensation that I am free to be me, even in an earth body, even in that sense of, I don't know if anyone's going to be there when I'm free to be me, which is usually why we don't be free to be me. It's like, will I be even more, feel more like an alien here if I'm free to be me? But remember, if you're free to be me, the whole universe and beyond, the galaxy, supports you in that, which is way better, more important, more beautiful than having a few people go, oh, I get what you're doing. And when you do that, when you have that feeling that the whole universe is like, yes, Linda, go. Yes, that's beautiful. You are unique. You are unique. Okay. And that's special and fantastic. When you feel that in your bones, then again, the world is a reflection of you, and people will start to show up who go, man, you're one of a kind. How cool is that? Versus, oh my gosh, I can't go out there because this world doesn't support that.
Sure, the world has not supported it. So yes, I agree
Not
with
to
you.
this point, but you've got to feel that you really support it and honor it, and feel that the universe supports it and honors it with you. And then you'll be able to step out as this large Linda and knock them dead, so to speak.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
calling in,
Both of
Linda.
you very much.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Great.
Oh my God, amazing. I love the way you read and just pick up on the energy so clearly and directly. It's just right in, just landing on it. Y'all need to experience this in a private session. You know the special offer, where to find it. 40 minutes with Susan, the downloads, the recordings, the courses there as well. Just so much value provided. Again, the link's in the chat box for that. And Susan, but before we finish today's call, there's also, we touched into it, there's the energy, the rebirthing energy that's happening now. How can anybody on this call or anybody that works with you take advantage of the rebirthing energy?
Anyone on this? Well, rebirthing energy you will get in the package for sure. Because the class I just did in the last 3 weeks, so it was a month. It was June. It was basically in June, which it is now. Was all about those rebirth energies and bringing them in and being having a divine channel for that. But if you're only able to just be on the call today, the rebirth energies, I think we've really touched into a lot of that already. I'm just trying to see what else wants to be said about that. Okay, reclaim. So like you were saying, John, you know, it feels like it's all unknown, but really rebirth means we are reclaiming. We are reclaiming what we left behind. All these energies are coming in, and it's important to say, oh, that's me. That all those energies that are coming in are the universe of me. The soul, you know, the solar, the solstice. Oh, that's the sun of me. Oh, today is a full moon. Oh, that energy of Capricorn, that's me. All of that is a dimension of me being birthed in my body right now. You know, so when something goes retrograde, you're not going, oh my God, retrograde is a, you know, bad thing out there. It's like, oh, that's the energy coming into me to transform and deepen in me. So seeing it as for what it is versus some old ideas about what is confusing, okay, to our mind. It's like, well, I don't know how to get hold of those energies. It's like, they're you. They're you. It's the universe of you.
So wonderful.
Good.
Again, getting back into it, and again, calling these energies in and getting into this rebirth and realizing that we're going through that and going with the flow and opening it instead of the resistance.
Right.
Because we don't know what's going on. So the education, the openings, the being in community, the being aware of our divine blueprint.
Yes.
Right.
And bring it, like you said, into the body. Let your body be that sacred temple that says, wow, all of this is for me.
Yeah.
It looks like all these energies are just floating around to change things in the collective because we really need to. No, that's all a part of me. That's all. It's not selfish. It's all a part of me. It's been scientifically proven what we hold in our heart radiates to the whole world. So if you take these energies in, boom, you have transformed the world. Right, Priya?
Amazing. Oh my God, Susan, thank you so much for this wonderful call today and this illumination. And again, feeling, again, so connected with everybody in this call, everybody who's asking questions, who were online typing in questions. It's just feel the opening and the permission. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yes.
Give myself permission to remember, to be that, to own it. In a way of remembering myself, not to own it in the fact of taking anything away, but to really honor, again, that masculine energy, to honor and to own
Really
that which is
honor your
within you.
extraordinary nature. You're an extraordinary gift. Really honor that. Yes. Right.
Yeah. And so to that, about to each and every one of you, namaste on the call. Thank you. And Susan, again, thank you. It's always wonderful having you on. And again, I'm looking forward to my next session, to my session next Thursday.
Great. Thank you, everybody, for what you offered. All of you in the community right now and listening to the replay, thank you so much for your luminous gift that you are to the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.